I just went on my very first Groove Cruise, so let's talk about it. All right, so my very first Groove Cruise, and we're gonna cover everything from the ship, my full experience, the music, the food, the island, todo. First things first, if you do not know what Groove Cruise is, it is an EDM festival on a cruise ship that lasts about 4 days. So this was my very first cruise altogether. I've never been on a ship like that, never been on a cruise or anything. So Groove Cruise was my very first EDM festival at sea, and it was amazing. Okay, so a little bit on the logistics of it. This is the 19th year. 2023 was the 19th year that Groove Cruise has been in existence. I've been hearing about it for years, and I finally decided to go because the ship sailed out of Miami to Haiti. I am located in Miami, so I thought this is the perfect opportunity to go. It was scheduled from Thursday to Monday. So the earliest you could get on the ship Thursday morning, I believe, was 11, and the latest was 1 o'clock because we were scheduled to set sail at 4 p.m. So I got on the ship around 12 o'clock on Thursday, and then you spend like a day and a half at sea. So Thursday was at sea, Friday was at sea, Saturday you spend a full day kind of at the island, almost a full day at the island. We wake up at 7 a.m. in Labadee, Haiti. It was so beautiful. I'll show you videos of that later. And then we left there, or you had to be back on the ship around 5 p.m., get back to sailing. You sail all day Sunday, and then we were pulling into Miami like at 5:45 a.m. Monday morning. I was looking at the skyline and crying because it was over, but yeah. So let's talk about the ticket. So I spent about $1,600 to split a room with one other person, and we got an interior room. So I think that's the most basic. And I'm not sure if there were I didn't book the room, my friend did. So we got like a queen or king size bed on the interior. So there were no windows, no balcony. So obviously if you're gonna have windows or balcony, it's gonna go up in price. And so in our ticket was included a few things, like you have access to water and teas and juices, things like that. And then the buffet and a few dining options. If you are an alcohol drinker, I recommend getting the alcohol package. So I did not get the alcohol package. I'm not even sure of how much it cost, but at the time that me and my friend bought our tickets, we were like, no, we don't need to be drinking that much. We're not gonna get the alcohol package. Day one, we probably spent as much as we would have on an alcohol package, just because we were buying drinks one at a time. So the first day on the ship, everybody is approaching you because they want you to buy the alcohol package. And I believe it's cheaper to purchase it before you get on the ship. So take that with you. If you are an alcohol drinker and you know you're gonna be drinking, just get the package. So for the first day, and I guess a few of the days, we were buying our drinks, but then we also had a lot of friends, and we met friends on the ship that bought the drink package. So it was easy to kind of share. Like they would go get one or two drinks at a time and then bring them back. So we actually didn't end up spending as much money as we would have if we would have had to buy all the drinks. But I think if you don't meet somebody that's going to share their drink package with you, you could spend a lot of money. The food options. So I messed up. I love to eat, and I did not do my research. Again, I take responsibility for this. My friend booked everything, but I didn't look up any of the details of the ship, and so that's my fault. So I thought that we only had access to the buffet the whole time, and that was it. I thought that was included. I knew it was included, but I thought that was the only thing that was included. So there are one or two other sit-down dining options that are also included in your ticket price. But then there are also restaurants that are a la carte pricing, where you pay for each item, or you pay like a flat fee, and then you can get as much food as you want with that. And you're still expected to tip as well at these things. So yeah, I messed up. I ate at the buffet the whole time. I wish I would have actually like taken the time, did my research, and at least ate at the other places that were included in my ticket price. There was also a like poolside grill. So at the main pool deck, every day they serve like hamburgers and hot dogs and french fries, and those burgers were mad good. Like I ate it a few times. So that's pretty much always open. Like it's open as long as there's people or shows at the pool deck, because there's not always a show happening at the main pool deck. So obviously there wouldn't be people out there serving. And then you can hear everything in this apartment. And then you could also get room service. So I never did room service. I was never like in the room long enough to actually want to order food in there. The amenities on the ship. So again, this is my first cruise. So I imagine most cruises are like this, where they have a lot of different kind of classes or workshops maybe, I don't know. But I pretty much just did the music part. The only other thing I participated in, or I guess went and sat down at, was a comedy show. That was funny, but they had shuffle classes and yoga classes, artist activities where you could play basketball with the DJ or have dinner with like Marcus Schultz, things like that. So I didn't do any of the activities except the comedy show. In hindsight, I wish I would have, or just really taken the time to see what all they had available, because I really feel like I didn't get the entire like immersed experience of Groove Cruise. Like I spent a lot of time at the music, and that's plenty, but it would have been cool to check out some of the other activities. So the ship had about 8 or 9 different stages. I feel like I read 9 when I was looking at the lineup, but I can only count 8, and all of it was amazing. So the main stage, I guess the main pool deck, was outside, where you could be swimming and doing all of that, and so they had a lot of good shows out there. But there were also different stages just sprinkled throughout the ship. I feel like 2 upper level decks, like one where you could like watch the sunset or like the sunrise. There was a grand foyer, like so right when you entered the ship, there's like this big, I guess like atrium. And so there was always like a DJ there. The theater was one of my favorite stages. So much fun, so big, so loud. And in there they had like aerial artists performing as well. Oh yeah, there was 9 stages. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was a stage, like there was a DJ like in the spa area. So you could be like lounging around in the spa, like listening to music, just so cool. There were several casinos as well. So there was always DJs in the casino. So that was cool. The ship feels really big right when you get on it, or maybe it felt really big to me just because I'd never been on one. But once you get used to the layout, it's super easy to get around. So, you know, if you wanted to see every artist, then you could easily do that. It's not like you were trekking for miles across a venue. Like it was really easy to hop from one rooftop deck stage all the way down into the atrium to the theater. Like it was just really quick and easy to move around, and I really liked that. There was no sound bleed in between the stages. It was easy to get to them, but they were also far enough apart that you couldn't hear the other stage from where you were at. So a lot of the questions I got on my other social media accounts is, can you hear the music from your room? So it depends. Groove Cruise is 96 hours of nonstop music. And there were some times that it was quiet. I remember getting home like at 6 a.m. one night, you couldn't hear anything. So, but I'd say like music starts as early as like 10 a.m. And so depending on which stage was playing, I could hear it from my room. I was in some of my other friends' rooms where I felt like you could just hear the music all the time. Like they were right outside the atrium. So whoever was performing in the grand foyer, they heard that the whole time. Where I was, I feel like I could only hear the music that I was hearing, I think was coming from the theater. So the theater didn't get popping until like the afternoon to nighttime. So there would be times I'd be taking a break in the afternoon or randomly like being there at 11 p.m. changing or something like that, and you could hear it loud. Like I remember being in bed and I feel like I could hear it through the mattress. And if you're not hearing the music from the stages, you're most likely going to hear the music from your neighbors. Like I had the coolest neighbors. I saw them, I met them the first day. They brought in this big ass speaker, just leave the doors open and like let people just come in as they're walking past. So yes, you can hear a lot of the music when you're inside your room, but there are a few hours of quiet time. So you can get some sleep, but I do recommend earplugs, melatonin, something. Okay, so going back to like the music time, so I'd say the music started around 10 a.m. every day, and different stages also went off at different times. So sometimes like the rooftop ones maybe wouldn't go on until sunset. So just different times, but for the most part, there was always music starting around 10 a.m. And then like the last sets of the night, 5 a.m., 7 a.m. until whenever the DJ wanted to end it. So I never stayed out. So I actually don't know when a set ended. I stayed up a few nights for the sunrise sets, which was amazing. I recommend that. Just stay up or get some sleep and wake up and go listen to a sunrise set. But yeah, I would probably call it around 7 a.m. every day, so I never actually knew when these artists would finish. So the Groove Cruise lineup, I'm gonna put it up here. Honestly, for the most part, I didn't know half of these artists, but I don't care. I'm at a point in my life that I've been doing this for 10 years, so it's not about the lineup anymore, because I've seen most of everybody that I've wanted to see. So now it's just about going for the experience. Like, I know I'm gonna have a good time anyways. But my top favorites of the weekend was Marcus Schultz. He played a few times, but his theater set was just so much fun, and I remember being there on the first day and just getting those vibes, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm on Groove Cruise, like this is it, this is what I'm here for. Nora and Pure on the beach in Paradise and Labadee, Haiti was probably one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Just even though we were there for a few hours, just being on that island and dancing with everybody just felt so good. Some new artists that I got into was Blastoise, never heard of him. Psytrance, so much fun. He remixes a lot of songs that I already like Sun and Moon. What was another one? Escape. What if I escape? That was so embarrassing. But he just kept coming out with these like remixed bangers, and that was a good time. I haven't listened to Psytrance in a long time, and I'm down with it. Like, I like it. And then another one, I don't know how to say their names, so don't get mad at me, but Julie and Asia, or Asia, Julie and Asia. I don't know if they're twins. I mean, I don't know if they're sisters or what, or exactly what kind of music it is. I feel like they played a little bit of techno. I really don't know. Don't come for me, but they were a good time. I saw them twice, and one of them actually sings the vocals, so that was really nice. Right, so Groove Cruise is very thematic. I don't even know if that's the right word. I'm gonna put up the themes here. So they did have themed days for all 4 days that we were on the ship, 2 themes per day. I tried my best to dress up for all of them. I didn't buy anything for this, honestly, because I was just lazy. But also too, some of these themes were kind of random to me. So the day before I went, I just went through all of my stuff and recycled a bunch of things to see what I could wear. But yeah, I tried, and a lot of people do dress up. I would say it's probably like half and half. A lot of half of the people dress up in the themes, and half of the people, or the other half of the people, are just wearing either just like regular clothes, swimsuits, rave wear still. So wear whatever you want, because yeah, there are no rules. Dress up if you want to, don't. By the end of it, there were some days I didn't even do the theme days because I was just so tapped out. I didn't even wear rave wear. I just showed up in a dress and called it a day. Now we're gonna get into the crowd. So as soon as I got on, I noticed that the crowd was older. I'd say maybe it's about half and half, about people like my age, I'm in my 30s, and then people over the age of 50. Maybe not half and half, but maybe like a third. It just was more noticeable to me. And that's not an issue because there was no drama. So there's a lot of talk on rave TikTok lately about how Plur is dead because there's all these newbies coming in, or these 18-year-olds or these young 20-somethings that just are coming to get fucked up, not enjoy the music, and just crowding these festivals. And I really don't care about that. I've been doing this I've already mentioned long enough that I'm just there for the music and the vibes, and I've made plenty of friends in the scene, and we just stick together. I stay my ass in the back, so I feel like I don't really notice that noise happening. But in general, I feel like with an older crowd, everybody's just a little bit more respectful, more chilled out. You don't visibly see people fucked up out of their minds or, you know, throwing up. So that's something that I do see. People being, you know, like carried out because they went too hard, or like throwing up as they're walking or through the crowd. Like I see that at, you know, regular festivals, but I didn't see none of that on Groove Cruise, and I'm thankful. I did notice a lot of swingers because they walk around with their upside down pineapple symbol. And then there were a lot also with just the pineapple symbol in general. So I don't know if they just didn't have an upside down. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I saw a lot of pineapples though. So I'm just gonna say, like, I know for sure the upside down pineapple is the swinger symbol, and people would have it on their doors. I saw girls had like upside down pineapples on the pasties. So yeah, I had a pineapple shirt and I decided not to wear it because I didn't want to give anybody the wrong idea. But I don't mind that. That's your business, you know? If it's, I got a lot of comments when I went live that like, that's just an old ass swingers cruise. If it is, I don't care. Like nobody bothered me with that, you know? So it is what it is, but you've been warned, I guess. Or maybe you like that heads up because you're into it. I don't know. Overall, the vibes were amazing amongst everybody. Like I said, there was no drama. Everybody just got along, you know, and everybody's just very respectful. So I appreciate that. And it was just so easy also to make friends on this boat because it's really not that big. So if you meet friends one day, you're gonna keep seeing them over and over and over again. And you don't even need service. So I use service, and but some of the people that I met didn't have service, but it was easy just to keep running into them like multiple times a day. So yeah, make friends because it's a good time, and everybody's just lovely and welcoming. Thank you. I mentioned service, and I should have talked about that earlier. So in addition to my ticket and the drinks that I bought, me and my friend also bought an internet package. So another recommendation is, if you wanna, there's 2 different internet packages, and I recommend either way. If you want either one of them, get them before you get on the ship, because I think it saves you a little bit of money. But we paid $140 for a full internet package. Here's the thing though, and we could share it, so we split the cost. Here's the thing though, one person can be signed in at a time. So if I'm signed in, my friend couldn't be posting on the internet, which wasn't an issue because I was with the good person because he really doesn't post like that. But if 2 people are heavy on the social media, I mean, you can make it work. But I definitely used it a lot more than he did. So thank you, Eric, for still only making me pay half and pay more. But yes, if you want to text, or if you just want to text, you can get the cheaper internet package. But if you want to get on social media, I was going live, I was making TikToks, I was doing it all, then you need the more expensive one. So in general, I had the best freaking time on Groove Cruise, and I would 100% do it again. Here's the thing though, there were other EDM festival cruises, and I want to try those out, like Friendship. I don't think Holy Ship's a thing anymore. I think it's just Holy Shipwrecked, which I want to do that too. It's an all-inclusive EDM festival in Mexico, so yo quiero ir. But for sure, I would want to do Groove Cruise again and check out those other ones as well. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I did the 19th anniversary. So now coming up is the 20th anniversary of Groove Cruise, and this is going to be a major one. Just take a look at these clips that I'm rolling here now. So in 2024, so next January, the 20th anniversary, sailing out of Miami to the Bahamas. And this ship it looks a lot bigger than the one that I was just on, and there's go-karts on it. Like, just, it looks like there's just so many more amenities. And it says, what did I see in here? Something about 40 restaurants and bars. There's even a freaking Starbucks on there. Like, so damn cool. So I recommend, if you're thinking about going to Groove Cruise, this would be the one to go on. As of right now, tickets are still on sale. It says it's 90% sold out. Who knows though, it could be a marketing tactic. Either way though, I recommend going. I would love to do this, but at this point in time, I haven't even secured all of my 2023 tickets yet. So I'm just trying to get through this year first, buy everything. And if I'm meant to go on Groove Cruise 2024, tickets will still be available by the time I go. And as of right now, I don't have anybody to go with. My friend that I went with this year is going with his friends from New York, because that's where he's from. They're already booked up, ready to go. So he's gonna join them. And I know some friends that I met this year and that are going again, and also just friends in general that are going again. And a bunch of people have already bought their tickets for that. So this looks amazing and I wanna go. So if I'm meant to go, then I will. So that is my full recap on Groove Cruise 2023. If you want to see the actual like vlog style, I know I put in a lot of clips here, but if you want to see the vlog in its entirety from day one to the very end, I'll link it up here. I always forget which way it's going to post, but anyways, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more festivals, food, and flying, and I'll see you next time. Bye.